Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza Fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
And the serve just clears the top of the net, played by the Bombers.
Media Group production.
Into the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow.
Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the Nice 95.5 mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Andy Beckstrom.
Well, and welcome in, sports fans. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Ogilvie as we get set for tonight's matchup between the Ogilvie Lions and the Braham Bombers. So glad you could join us for the broadcast tonight. Should be a fun one between these two squads. Longtime foes in the Great River Conference, even with the rearranging of things with the large school, small school setup between the two different schools in the area. It's been a lot of fun being able to see kind of how some of these different teams kind of fill in and how that exactly works. And so definitely always something kind of interesting with all of that. So glad you could join us for tonight's broadcast. Again, my name is Andy Beckstrom. Glad to be here for the game tonight, trying to be able to get a couple more things just kind of finished up and polished up here before we get going too much. But we are into the pregame of tonight's matchup. The Ogilvie Lions, as I mentioned, is the site of where we're at. They're playing host to the Braham Bombers in what should be a very fun game to bring for you tonight out on the broadcast. They're just getting their last little bit of warm-ups out on the court before we get going. Taking a look at both of these squads. Right now, Braham comes in 8-17 on the year. Ogilvie 11-13. So Ogilvie a hair better as far as the record goes. But again, these two teams have played and battled over the last handful of years, going back till 2018. So not quite 10 years. They've played at least once, if not a couple of different times, every single year. Braham has won 10 of those last 11, dating back to 2018. There is one game 2 years ago that Ogilvie won 3-2 here in Ogilvie. That is the one win since then. In 2018, they split games, but otherwise the last 11 matchups, 10 of them have gone the way of the Bombers. So Ogilvie hoping to be able to battle back and be able to get another one off of the Bombers tonight here on their home court. Senior night, as they announced out everybody to the crowd, all the different seniors, giving appreciation to them. Handful of seniors on the roster, including Bailey Parsons, Cadence Pierce, Ruby Beyer, Becca Burgraff, and Sophia Halverson. So a nice little moment there. The underclassmen went ahead and gave a little speech on all of them, and they gave them a little gift basket as well at the end. So a lot of fun out here at the ballpark tonight. Ogilvie 11-13 on the year. Last year they were 5-19, so much improved year. This year, albeit not exactly the deepest bench. They haven't gone terribly deep, still developing that program as the years go along. Braham 8-17, they're coming off a 14-15 year. Each team won their first matchup in the playoffs and then lost their second matchup, both to Swanville, ironically, in last year's postseason. We'll continue here on the pregame and get you set for the opening tip when we return back here to Ogilvie on YouTube, Q Media Online.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Welcome back here on the broadcast. Andy Beckstrom on hand for Ogilvie and Braham volleyball here. The regular season finale for both of these squads as we wrap up the remainder of the regular season. Beautiful night out tonight. At least it's kind of starting to be kind of that way. It was kind of rainy and cold most all day long, but started to stop with the rain when I got kind of close, and so seemed to be actually pretty decent, but still a little bit of a chill in the air. We're definitely at the end of fall. Maybe warm over the course of the weekend, but I have to keep it tuned to the rest of the broadcast. Check out WCMP and KBEK. Be able to find out more about all of the weather coming up in our local area. Again, as I mentioned, 8-17 are the Bombers coming in. Ogilvie 11-13. Bombers have won 10 of the last 11 between these two squads. Ogilvie winning 2 years ago here in Ogilvie, hoping to be able to have a little bit more home cooking, be able to even that series up, or be able to work towards evening that series up just a little bit better. Braham comes in, losers 4 of their last 6 during regular season games. They were also 2-6 in 2 different tournaments in Piers and Mora. And the Ogilvie Lions coming in tonight 2-6 in their last 6 games and 0-4 in regular season games, 2-2 in the Mora tournament. Ogilvie also playing in that Mora tournament, but they did not play each other in that matchup. Again, as I mentioned, Braham won last year 3-0 at home, and then Ogilvie won 3-2 here in Ogilvie 2 years ago. Coming into this. Looking forward towards postseason as we are in our last game of the regular season. Both teams kind of middle of the pack in their section. Middle of the pack in 4A are the Braham Bombers. They're in a different section than the Ogilvie Lions. The Bombers are in section 4A, about middle of the pack. About 9 teams and 9-10 teams in that bracket, and it's a little bit of a tough go though because the top team, the number 1 team in single A, Mayor Lutheran, is in their section, and so a little bit of a buzzsaw if Braham were to catch fire going into the postseason. On the other side of things, the Ogilvie Lions, they are 4th out of 8 in section 5A East. The top team in that section is Swanville at 20-2. So a lot of top teams there that they're going to be having to contest against, and we'll have to see the way sections shake out as we work our way towards postseason play. Both teams are set out on the court as Becca Burgraff set to check in as the libero for the Ogilvie Lions. Ruby Beyer, Sophia Halverson, Josie Bitts. Coming off will be Gabby Vanderplatz, Cadence Pierce, and Bailey Parsons round out the starting lineup for the Ogilvie Lions. Set to check in on the other side. Coming on and replacing number 2, Olivia Keiss, is a number 24 or number 20 that is not on my roster, which is always super fun to be able to figure out. So we'll have to work on that one. Dropping back to serve, though, that one I recognize is going to be Lauren Lennis. She's going to get things started, and it'll be an ace to start things for the Braham Bombers. 1-0 to get things going. Rest of the starting lineup. As the ball comes across, up in the back row, Burgraff's going to put it up to the front, and it's going to be pounded right down by Morgan Rysdam. Talked a little bit with Adam Hefty, who's done a few of these games for the Braham Bombers. I've been more Malacca Ogilvie. He's had more of that 65 corridor with Mora and Cambridge and Braham, of course. And so it's provide a little opportunity for me to be able to check with him on what exactly what I'm looking at here. Give me the background details. Is that one by Mackenzie Golly is sent wide. Mackenzie Golly, Bridget Golly, Morgan Rysdam, Zoe-Ann Kleisman. I think there's one more out there. Oh, Lauren Lennis, as I mentioned before, and that one's going to be Rysdam. Hits hard, and she puts that one well wide. But when I talked to Adam, it seemed like they're kind of still working through a little bit of youth and just kind of getting used to playing with each other and the way they're going. Kind of running out of time in the season to be able to get some of that sorted out, but they are playing a little bit better volleyball as games go along. It seems like as the match gets deeper, it tends to lean towards them, as we have a net touch there by Sophia Halverson, which pushes the lead out to 3. It says 3-2, but I don't know that the Lions have served it all, so I think it might be 3-0 on that one. We'll have to wait and see as that ball goes into the net off the hands of Morgan Rysdam. But I should have mentioned, what I was trying to get at is that very first hit there that Rysdam had was an absolute crush there right at the net. And that was one of the big things Adam says, that you're going to be seeing some things that Morgan Rysdam will have you just say, wow. That one's a little miss-hit, going to drop in a little bit short of the defense, and a 4-3 lead for the Bombers. Serve comes across, up by Burgraff. The front row set over to the far side. Pierce gets her feet underneath there, and that usually spells success, but got a little bit too behind that one and too much arc. And that one goes a little bit long. 5-3 in favor of the Bombers. Up by Byer. Be set into the middle. Josie Bitts. Very tall for a freshman. Trying to be able to build her way into that roll. Nice set by Bitts. Got that one into Pearson. Pierce just couldn't quite put that one away. But a good adjustment. That one went off of the hands of Ruby Byer up into the netting up top. Mia Schultz also kind of in the area there, but that one goes up into the divider up top. But Bitts did a good job being able to just kind of stay within herself and stay with what she was doing there. Burgraff to serve, now left to right here on their home court. Final game of the regular season for both these squads. That one goes into the net. It'll go back over to the Bombers. Sub comes in, Ava Kunke, replacing Mackenzie Golly. Serve comes over to the near side, and it just trails away from Josie Bitts. That one had a little bit of turn to it, a little bit of sideways spin, kind of a little curveball action. Bitts tracked it for the most part, but it tended to just kind of run away from her right as it got to her. That one's going to come through. That one had a lot of push on that one, so kind of had to get Byer to fight that one off. Quick set into the middle, into the back row by Christensen, or Kleisman rather. Set over to the near side. Down the line it goes. And a kill for Olivia Keiss. Continuing to serve back there behind the line is Kunke, and it'll be another ace. That one kind of ate up Burgraff a little bit on that one. Tried to fight that one off, but it just kept rising up on her, and that was awfully close to letting that one go, but you got to get your hands up as well. And that one kind of gets a little up on the side of her hands. Kind of a tough play on that one. Now we're going to get ourselves a timeout. Coach Nichols just trying to be able to break the momentum a little bit. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back here in Ogilvie on Q Media Online.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Q Media Online, Andy Beckstrom on hand, back here in Ogilvie. 11-4 is the lead for the Bombers as they've had a pretty good run here in game number one. That one comes over the top. It's going to be pushed back by Kais, but dug out by the Lions. Pushed right back over by Bitts, set over to the near side. Kais is going to get another one. This one's going to be just a little bit long. And Ogilvie able to finally break that run. The good timeout. I'd like to say kind of a good trip to the mound, Coach. Good trip to the mound. Josie Bitts back to serve. The freshman sends that one in play. Len is going to try to chase after that one. Ends up being Kais that plays that one up and returned by the Bombers. Set into the middle. That one had a little bit of roll to it, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a double. Yep. That one had a little bit of, they changed that roll to a certain extent, or that rule to a certain extent to allow for a little bit more movement on that ball. But that one had a lot of roll and definitely went from one side to the other. That one in the return goes into the net. It'll be 12-6 in favor of Braham. Pierce sends this one across. Up in the back row. Quick touch across. Len is trying to sneak it in there. Burgraff digs that one out. On the far side, Parsons fires that one across. Comes right back over. Parsons. Pierce backs it over to the near side. Nice back set, but it drifted a little bit too close to the net. Kais pushed that one over, but Kais also touched the net. So the set drifted a little bit on Pierce. But nonetheless, that one worked out. That one touched across there by Lennis, and I think Lennis touched the net on that one again. Just a little bit of body control, kind of drifting into that net just a little bit. Gets that touch. 12-8 the score in favor of the Bombers with the Ogilvie Lions serving, and that one's going to be just a little bit long. And it'll be the Bombers now with the ball. Into the net. Bombers led, of course, by newer coach, I believe in her second year, if I remember correctly. Quick set into the middle. Kais hammered that one through. Correction, that's Rysdam that just smoked that one. Pierce able to get a hand on that somehow. Set over to the near side. Gawley with the drive. That one's going to be returned close to the net. Tip across by Rui Beyer is blocked at the net. And Rysdam with a couple of good plays. It might have been Gawley that got a piece of that one. Bridget Gawley, I think, got the block on that one. But what a swing there by Rysdam. Finish kind of what I was saying there as the back set goes for Halverson and up across the net. Quick set into the middle and another big swing and another big drive there. She gets her whole body into that swing. It does Rysdam. A lot of fundamental things happening there. Footwork is set to be able to get a good jump. Body is turned to be able to get some good torque on that one. And the hands are in the right spot. That one blocked by Rysdam. Pops that one up, gets out of the way, puts it over to the near side now, and it's going to be crossed by Gawley. Parsons set far side. Going to be a roll shot there by Halverson. Going to the back row. Bombers get it back to the middle. Rysdam will pop that one over to the back row. Bitts set over to the far side. Halverson now from Pierce. Set over to the near side. Little roll shot. Gawley dug out by Pierce. Parsons back to the middle. Beyer pushes that one across. Fought off by the Bombers. And returned by Bridget Gawley down the line. Set gets close to the net. Halverson tried to push that one back over. It kind of fell a little bit low. She tried to get a hand on that one, but it was a little bit too low. Pushed it right into the middle of the net. And what became of a three-point game now is back to 16-9. Ball set over to the near side. Big swing by Golly. Dug out by Bitts. Too far, though, and Rysdam puts it right back. Little overpass right onto the hands of Rysdam, who plays such a good middle here. Been dominant at the net so far in the first match, or first set of this match. As the Bombers set, move back and forth defensively. Cross-court winner by Byer. Able to get it past that double block that Braham had set up and be able to find themselves a little room on the court. 17-10, as I mentioned, was a three-point game. Now up to 7. Ogilvie trying to get back in this one here. Blocked at the net. Nope, I guess it was 4 hits. Didn't make it across. Nonetheless, it'll be point for Ogilvie. As Ruby Byer drops back to serve. Ball comes in, fought off there by Mackenzie Golly, popped over by Lennes. Into the middle it goes, Bitts, cross the block, missed it long, no. Bombers move so well in the middle there, they're able to get a block just about the entire way up and down that line. A lot of solid athleticism going back there. This one's going to be misplayed and a ace there for the Bombers, and that's going to force a timeout for the Lions. We'll be back here in Ogilvie on Q Media Online.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Q Media Online, Andy Beckstrom on hand here on the old YouTube stream tonight. Shot to the corner and just a little bit deep there by the Bombers. And again, another good trip to the mound, coaches. Ends up in a point now for Ogilvie coming out of the timeout. Back set over to the far side. Golly up over the top. She looked like she was trying to lean into that one, try to be able to get close to that, but just couldn't quite get her body turned all the way to it. Trying to force that one down the line a little bit more. Lennes sets near side. Claesman tried to be able to charge up after that one and put that one into the net. It came back. She thought there was maybe a block or a touch at the net, but the officials thought otherwise. And Parsons will continue to serve. This one goes to the back row, and it's in. An ace. Lions not going away quietly here, 19-15. Ball sails over, diving up there by Claesman. Far side, Golly blocked at the net, but it comes through. Diving after that one, Burgraff couldn't quite reach it. And it's 20-15 in favor of the Bombers. Serve over to the near side, and a return off the hands of Byer is going to be well deep. Work is an ace. 21-15 as the Bombers try to be able to wrap up set number 1. That one off the block, but through, but dug out by the Bombers. Set over to the far side. Golly tried to be able to sneak that one through, but right to Halverson. Back for Pierce. Pierce to the back row and a little bit long. Pierce hasn't been able to get her footwork behind the ball real well tonight. Sets have been in front of her, just haven't been able to get all the way up to it. That one lobs across Byer with the return direct over. Set into the middle, and the Bombers try to scramble after that one, a little bit out of system, and not able to get that one returned. And it's going to be 22-16 in favor of the Bombers, up to a 6-point advantage. But Ogilvie running out of points. Sophia Halverson now one's to the back row and goes up off of the ceiling. Rysdam got a hand on it, but just couldn't get control of it. Another good hard serve and an ace. That one between Rysdam and Kleesman. I think the other one thought the other one was going to get that one. Serve comes across. Kleesman up with that one. That one goes off the ceiling on the return. It was kind of a set to one side, and then with the pass across by the libero. This one hits the net, but Len is right there to be able to return it. Up to the front. Kleesman with a big drive dug out by Ruby Beyer. This one pushed to the back corner, up by Halverson. Good hands on that one. Set into the middle. Bitts off a block, dug out by Golly. Over to the near side now. Kais block. Bitts up with it. Beyer able to get that one up. Halverson steps into that one, able to return it across. Rysdam. Lenis. Kais down the line, and Schultz couldn't handle it. And she thought it was going to be a little bit more out in front of her and just couldn't get a good hand on that one. 23-19. No, that's not a Monsters, Inc. reference. Just the lead for the Bombers. Again, got it down to 3, but just couldn't quite push past it. Now going to be on a quick there by Kleesman in the middle. Bombers initially got the dig, but they had to scramble to be able to get there. Correction, the Lions had to scramble to get there and not able to return it. 24-19, and the Bombers on the verge of a set one win. And it'll be an ace to finish it. 25-19 wraps things up in set number 1 as the Bombers take the early advantage in tonight's matchup. We'll come back with the second set, wrap up the first set when we return. Back here in Ogilvie, we return on Q Media Online.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit CFMotoUSA.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace, like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local Central Boiler Sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Q Media Online, Andy Beckstrom back on hand here in Ogilvie. Working our way through the first set. 25-19, it goes to the Bombers. They have won 10 of the last 11 over the top of these Ogilvie Lions. Ogilvie winning it 2 years ago here. Trying to be able to get another one here on senior night as the ball goes up close to the ceiling, but Pierce able to come up with it, and Halverson rolls off of her fingertips. It'll be a 1-0 start here for the Bombers. Lenez sends this one across. Up in the back row by Parsons. Set it in the middle of Halverson. Pushes that one across. Lenez, Klaesman pushed by Golly and dug out nicely by Pierce. Over to the far side for Halverson. And this one tapped across by Lenez. Just kind of tapped it to get it across the net. And they call that a campfire where it kind of lands in the middle of everybody. Everybody kind of circles around it. Ball comes across. Ruby Beyer up with it. Pierce over to the near side. And Parsons tried to go with a cut shot. And a little bit too much angle on that one. And it's a 3-0 start here for the Bombers. And an ace there for Lenez. Lauren Lenez, part of that team that almost went to state last year, just a whisker away there in girls basketball, back-to-back years. A lot of these girls very key in that. Of course, Morgan Rysdam, one of them as well. That one, big swing by Josie Bitts in the middle, able to get that one through the wickets. Able to get that first point there for the Lions. As Parsons sends that one in across. Lenez over to the near side. Big swing. What a swing there by Golly. And the Bombers, it's a little surprising seeing what their record is, the way that they're able to swing. Not sure what it is to be able to kind of get that put together, but you want to talk about big hitters. Everybody on the court can swing. That one pushed across by Schultz on the return. Bitts wins the battle with Klaesman at the net. Izzy Schockman, the libero, went and had to go check on that one, but we were able to track that one down. Got that one across. Pierce across with it, but it just hit the net. Didn't make contact on the other side. And Bombers push that lead out now to 6-1. Early stages, set number 2. That one's going to be an ace right in the corner. Ruby Beyer thought that one was going to be a little deeper, a little bit wider on the court. And that one dropped right on that edge. Up by Burgraff. Set far side. Pierce, big drive, and Pierce dialed in. That's a swing that the Lions need to take advantage of tonight to be able to have some success. The first set, she had a couple of them on her hand, but sent them just a little bit long. But if they can get that ball into her wheelhouse, that's going to be a recipe for success. That one to the far side, and Golly, again, trying to go with that cut shot, but just a little bit too low on that one, and hits the net, never made it over the top. And it'll be 7-3. Halverson across with it, up by Schockman. Tap over by Lenez, and it just gets kind of beyond that front row, and nobody stepping up in that back row. Kind of close on both sides, and it just drops in. Beyer up with this one. Into the middle. Push to the back row by Pierce. Bombers dig it out. Big drive by Keiss. She gets it back. Pop that one up into the air, and that one's going to be 4 hits there. She initially had big eyes, wanted to get right back after that one, but it just kept drifting on her. By the time she threw her hands up there, she just tipped it to Schockman as an extra hit. We'll make it 8-4, and that one's going to be in the middle. Klaesman gets it right back, pushes that one down. Right there are the Lions, though. Back for Pierce, and she's able to find that one. And again, Pierce finds the measure. That's what I was saying before. If she can stay dialed in, they can get some good passing. The setting has been a little bit better as of late for this Ogilvie Lions squad. And if you can get some good sets over to the far side there for Cadence Pierce, she can have a dominant night, as she is now starting to feel it. All over to the near side, Geist down the line, up by Bitts. Nice set over the far side. Pierce is going to push this one to the back row. Hustling over there. It's going to be Rinesdam. Set far side, Golly blocked, but it's going to go out of bounds. Pierce got there, but hadn't quite turned her body and hadn't quite turned the hands just yet. You try to get there and be able to get that body square and maybe drift those hands across, but just couldn't quite do that as the serve goes long. Lions keeping it close, 3-point ball game, 9-6 here in set number 2. Bombers winning set number 1, 25-19. Lob on the near side. Doesn't quite have the distance there by Kais. I think she kind of missed her timing on that one just a little bit. And a 2-point game. That one comes across. Quick set into the middle, and Glaceman had to readjust the set one maybe a little higher than I think she expected. Parsons down the line. Nice strike there by her. Izzy Schockman over to the near side. That one gets through the block, but dug out by the Bombers. Far side Parsons just going to pop that one back across. Schockman, or correction, that's going to be Risedam. Nice up by Bitts, pushed across there on that far side by Vanderplatz. Returned over by Leniz, and it's going to be a point for the Bombers. (10-7), back to a 3-point lead. And an ace there by Glaceman. Makes it 11-7, and this one going to go into the net. Low short serve on that one. Glaceman slides into that one. Big swing by Risedam, but it's long. Impressive watching that approach and sailing through the air, but that one just a little bit too much height on that one to the back row. Comes all the way through. Vanderplatz, that one looked like a bad toss that she probably could have let drop, but swung at it anyway. And it just pulled it a little bit over to the far side, and it drifted off that far edge. Now a little confusion on the rotation there for the Bombers on the libero coming in and out. And now I think a yellow card of some sort being assessed, but I don't know that that's more of just a warning card, so the down official will just make a note of that. Lions coached by Pam Nichols the last handful of years. Going to be retiring from coaching. Kind of seeing it through. I think she retired as a school staff, but seeing the season through for the Lions. Going to probably still be a part of the program in the future. And on the other side, the Bombers coached by former Bomber standout Emily Giffro. Back as a teacher, I think her second year if I remember correctly. Very talented player in her own right. Whatever the issue was, we were able to figure it out, got it all sorted out, got the notations made, and this one's going to go off the net. Halverson didn't play that one very cleanly. It just went into the net. That'll be an ace for Kais. Halverson on the far side pushes that one across. Nice up there by Golly. Into the middle, pushed over by the near side by Risedam. Fought off by Parsons, and very nicely done. Golly, Leniz, back set for Glaceman to the back row. Going to be up by the opposite number in Josie Bitts, number 1. Popped across by Cadence Pierce. Leniz, quick set into the middle. Risedam able to get that one past the outstretched arms of Cadence Pierce. Rysdam with such good body control in the air can adjust with where that set is and where she's approaching from and be able to turn that hand enough to be able to get that by whoever might be up there blocking. Near side it'll go. Nice diving up by Burgraff and into the net off the hit by Golly. Now we're up to a 6-point lead, and that gets Coach Nichols up to take a timeout. We'll step away as well. We'll be back here at Ogilvie on Q Media Online.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Nice 95.5 WCMP, Q Media family of networks. Glad you could join us out on the YouTube broadcast tonight. (15-9) here in set number 2, as Braham won set number 1, 25-19 in that one. That one's going to be a point there for the Bombers. 16-9 is their lead. That one fought off by Halverson. Pierce up to the front, popped over by Parsons to the corner. Quick set into the middle again for Rysdam, but she hit that one long. They really like to run that quick in the middle. It's such a timing play, especially when you're trying to hit that hard, and that is not something that I don't know that Rysdam, she is everything she has every single time. As a block at the net gives a point back over to the Ogilvie Lions. And that's what you want your kids to be able to do. You want them to be able to swing hard every single time, because that's how you're going to be able to get better. You're going to get more consistent, and more of those are going to be in than not. And even if it's going to be long, maybe you get somebody to touch it. So swing hard anyway. Don't just push and try to tap it. It's going to be something you're going to want to be able to do long term, and that is something that Rysdam does. Although that time goes with a changeup. Everybody took a step backwards, and she just taps that one a little bit over right into that circle. Lenez sends this one across, up by Parsons. Set into the middle as Halverson had kind of drifted a little bit to be able to go get the ball. That one going to be off the net, up by Ruby Byer. Pushed across by Halverson, and it's going to be dug out by the Bombers. Tapped across, diving up there by Pierce, and the Ogilvie Lions able to get that one returned back over. Golly to the back row, up by Byer. Pierce, nice back set. Parsons down the line. Dug out by Claceman, up into the ceiling. Back into the middle, and Claceman able to return that one over. Byer, Pierce, Bitts. Big swing past the block, and it's going to be a point for Ogilvie. Good rally there by the Lions, able to stick with that one. Be able to get that point. 17-12 they lead with Bailey Parsons back behind the line with the service. Sends that one through. Back set over to the far side. It's going to be Rysdam off the block and able to get that one pushed through. Rysdam with that rotation started on that far side. Take advantage of that opportunity, be able to push that one out to her, give her maybe a one-time on that edge, and she tries to go a little cross-court. She doesn't try to push that one too far down the line, just uses that body control and that angle of those shoulders. And Rysdam back to serve. That one's going to be long. 18-13 here, set number 2. Bombers won set number 1, 25-19. Trying to be able to take a 2-0 lead. Sophia Halverson, that one low line drive up nicely by Rysdam. That one down the line by Golly. Dug out by the Lions. Set far side for Pierce. And long. (19-13), a 6-point advantage here as we sit in set number 2. Izzy Schockman gets that one across. That one's going to be touched back across by Kais. Seen that a couple of times. Sometimes you want to swing at it big times, and sometimes you just want to kind of do more of a placement shot. Just find a spot that's right in front of you. Everybody's going to be kind of taking that step backwards, looking for that big hammer shot. And sometimes you can just touch that one across just over the net and be able to get a kind of a sneaky point. That one did a big swing there by Pierce. Pushed that one right through. And off the hands of Izzy Schockman. It'll come back now for Bitts to serve. Bitts to send this one across. 20-14. Up by Rysdam, but close to the stands. But nice by Golly to be able to get that one back into the middle. Bridget Golly sends this one across. Set far side. That one's going to be popped over by the Lions. Lennis sets near side. Kais down the line. That one's going to be just out of the reach of Schultz. I think it said Bridget Golly before, but I think it's actually Peyton Gagne. It was. She checks out of the game. Placed out there by Kleisman. Serve comes across, set over to the near side. Pierce comes after it, goes to the back row, and that one kind of eats up Rysdam a little bit in the hands. Sometimes that gets a little bit above the shoulders. It's kind of hard to get a hand on it cleanly. Cadence Pierce, the senior, crosses it. This one's going to be close to the net there for Lennis, up into the ceiling and tapped around. Geis going to push that one across. Up by Bitts, and a little off the net. Bitts is going to get it right back. She'll just push this one over on a free ball. Rysdam, Lennis, Geis on the near side, goes off the net. Pierce somehow able to get a piece of that one, but the rest of the Lions can't rally to it. Pierce dove at that one and had to give a little bit extra push to be able to get that hand out there far enough. Serve comes across, Bitts up with it. Set into the middle, going to be close. And then that one's going to be out along the line. It was kind of a discussion on whether that was tipped more than anything. It was a battle right at the net between a couple of players on who won that one, and it looked like it went off of the block, and we're going to get the corner official to be able to come in and talk about it. And if there was a touch on that far side by Braham, then it'd be a Ogilvie point. As it stands right now, it's 23-15 up on the board. The call is that it's Braham's point, and Zoe Ann Kleisman behind the line, set to serve. Down official's going to come and talk about it as well, so give credit to the officials all getting together to be able to discuss it. Waiting on the decision here, 23-15 as it stands. Ogilvie hoping to be able to get that point on the deflection. And the official decision is going to remain with Braham. So it will remain 23-15. Was tipped, but it was kind of a matter of who touched it last, I guess, is really what it ultimately came down to. And I guess if you're an Ogilvie fan, you say the ball never lies as that ball goes into the net. I will admit I didn't have a very good angle. It looked like a kind of a jump ball kind of situation at the middle, so I don't know who would have touched it last. So I trust the officials on that one. And I'm sure that with the discussion, all four of them made that decision. Big swing there, fought off by Vanderplots, but up into the ceiling on a big crushing drive there by Rysdam. (24-16) as Braham on the verge of taking set number 2. Ball comes across. Pierce to the far side for Halverson. That one spins across. Gawley up with it. Len is back into the middle. Rysdam off the net. Diving again by Pierce, able to get that one over. Or get that one up in the air, I should say. Byer got that one over. Len is into the middle. Claceman from the back row, and no block went into the net. And the run starts now for Ruby Byer. 24-17, Byer's going to have to run out the remainder of this set. Any side out, we'll give it to Braham. That one comes across. Up in the back row by the Bombers. And it'll be a big shot on the far side. And a point for the Bombers. And it's a 25-17 victory in set number 1 for the Braham Bombers. They lead it 2-0. We'll come back and recap set number 2. Get set for set number 3 when we return back here in Braham on Q Media Online.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey, guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like
getting to Almost Yours gun and pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand. And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
Ha, thanks, boys. I went to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Oh, okay.
I do love Almost Yours Gun and Pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Hones Auto Body and Glass in the Mora area, just kind of on the west side of town, a little southwest side of town, kind of headed out towards the golf course a little bit. Highly recommended. I actually had some work done on my Acadia a couple years ago with that. Just an incident in the cities, and they were able to take care of me and get everything squared away. Very little effort on my part, really. They took care of everything, worked with insurance. It was a very, very positive experience. So I would highly recommend them if you're bringing something somewhere. And it's not just a random person or anything like that or whatever. Likely you're going to talk to Butch that's going to be out there. He's going to be able to help you out right away. So very good experience, and I can't recommend it enough. So definitely check that out. We want to appreciate them for jumping on board. And, of course, all of our sponsors and sports boosters all the way up and down the line, KBEK, WCMP, anywhere you might be able to hear them, any of our online games. Well, we wouldn't be able to be here with them, and, of course, you supporting them allows them to support us. So it's kind of the old circle of life, if you will. So I always like to mention, if you get a chance, if you go out and you happen to be at any of those different places, A&W Root Beer, Pizza Pub, Lee's Pro Shop, anything like that, mention that you heard their ad here. Even if you go there routinely, just to make sure you mention it, that you did hear that, so that they know that they are getting their money's worth, and they are getting, an appreciation, and that how much we appreciate what they do to be able to help us be able to bring all of these games to you. So we would appreciate that of you if you are able to do so. So 2-1 is our score here as we get going here in set number 3. 2 games to none rather is the lead for the Braham Bombers, as that one goes a little bit long, and Ogilvie the early lead. Ogilvie really hasn't led it all tonight, but they lead it 3-2 here as that one goes a little bit long. Serving now is going to be Golly. Bridget Golly sends that one in up to the front. Schultz backs it over to the near side. Halverson double blocked. Diving at it again, Cadence Pierce. She has spent a lot of time on the ground trying to be able to reach out and be able to get that ball, but just couldn't quite get anybody chasing after that one. Did a great job getting to it, but just couldn't quite get it in the air. Ball up in the back. Nice back set again by Schultz. This one, Halverson, it might have been a net touch somewhere in there, but she sent that one about 3 rows deep in the crowd. And what was a 3-1 lead by the Lions is now a 4-3, now 5-3 after the miss hit on the return. And Bombers lead at 5-3 here in the third set. Ball comes across. Up in the back row by Pierce. She's going to get it right back from Schultz. Schultz has really kind of worked herself into a nice setter role here for this Lions squad. That one's going to be down the middle. Just finding a seam is Kais. That one just a good hit, able to get it around the block, able to find that seam right in between Ruby Beyer and Schultz. As the ball comes across, Schultz up with it, pushes that one over to the far side. Pierce runs across, sends that one over, up by Golly. Lennis over the top of another player, and her set went a little bit low coming over to this near side. And now we're going to see Claesman just a little bit slow to get up, and might have twisted an ankle or kind of went over on that a little bit. She's a little bit light on that right leg or that right ankle, so they're going to check that one out. Bring her over to the bench, and the training staff will take a look there. Into the game comes Gagne. And Halverson back to serve. And a net touch on the other side. Back to a 1-point game here, 6-5 in set number 3. Lions trying to be able to push this one out to a 4th set. Bombers trying to be able to get a 3-game sweep. Again, the Bombers have won 10 of the last 11, but Ogilvie with a little bit better record this year, hoping to be able to sneak one away, but Braham comes in with a lot of thunder, trying to be able to push that one through. That one's going to be a serve. It's going to be a little bit long. And it's a 7-6 game. As now Coach Giffro starting to work towards the bench a little bit. Michaela Carlson makes her first appearance of the night. And you see, I mentioned before, as the ball goes up towards the chair official, it'll be out of bounds, and it'll go back over to the Bombers. Is now up off the bench also Grace Kunke. We've seen Ava Kunke a little bit earlier, so Grace Kunke comes in to serve for the Bombers. Talked earlier, as Pierce pushes this one across, talked earlier that the Ogilvie Lions, not exactly a deep bench usually, trying to build the roster numbers and trying to build that, and wanting a lot of those young girls to be able to spend some time with that C team, to be able to get some of that playing experience. Playing is a little bit more valuable than just watching sometimes. Pierce down the line. That one's going to be dug out in the back row by Kunke. Pushed back across by Lennis. Pierce. Schultz into the middle. Beyer into the block. Dug out by the Lions, though. Pushed back over by Burgraff. Up in the middle, diving after it. Schultz can't quite get there. Got a piece of it, but couldn't get it returned. And it's going to be a 10-6 lead for the Bombers. As mentioned, kind of a shorter bench, but the Lions have added 3 different players now to their roster here for the varsity matchup, and likely be able to see maybe some of those as this match wears along, as it's now an 11-6 lead for the Bombers. Kunke back to serve once again, up by Pierce. Schultz going to get it back in the middle, just kind of throw it back to an area more than anything. Berggraf pushed out and across. Leonards with a nice serve over the near side, and the set is right on the money. Keiss hammers that one down, and it's going to be 12-6 on the kill. Timeout for the Lions. Braham leads it by 6. We'll be back here to Ogilvie on Q Media Online.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Back here in Ogilvie, Andy Beckstrom on hand for tonight's matchup between the Bombers and the Ogilvie Lions. Serve comes across out of the timeout. Pierce with a little touch across, and Cadence Pierce using the court to her advantage. Able to get that little touch over. Able to get that point. In comes Parsons, out comes Schultz. Pierce back behind the line. She will be the setter for this rotation now for the next couple rounds. Rysdam in the middle, just a big swing and a hammer. I don't think there was anybody up even blocking on that one. And 14-7 will be the lead. Serve comes almost across. That one hits the net. And it'll be a point now for the Lions as they come back to serve. Resent in by Vanderplatz. Big swing by Golly. Dug out in the back row by Bitts. Over to the far side. Halverson had to wait for that one to come back across again. Pushed back over by Lennes. Into the middle. Popped over by Rysdam, and just a little bit of a roll shot. Just took a little bit off of that one. And it drops in 15-8, a 7-point lead here in set number 3 as returning now Mackenzie Golly replaces Michaela Carlson. Lennes sends this one across, up by Bitts. Really great control by that freshman. Big swing by Halverson. And that's what you want to see out of Sophia Halverson, is that big swing and not be afraid of that block. Just try to be able to push right through that. Ruby Byer will drop back to serve now. 15-9 the Bomber lead. Byer across with it. Up by Golly. She's going to get it right back on the near side. Up by Byer. Too close to the net, though. That one's going to be Mackenzie Golly that sends that one back. Correction, Bridget Golly on the second one. Mackenzie Golly, now Bridget Golly again on this near side. Up close to the net. Parsons going to bump that one across. Pushed back to the back corner there by Lennes. Parsons. Far side now is Halverson's going to go deep corner, and it's going to be too long on the push attempt. 16-9 as up off the bench to return now Ava Kunke. She's going to replace Grace Kunke. Rysdam sends this one across. Sent over to the near side. Off the block of Parsons. Parsons able to get that one just off the fingertips. And it'll be Parsons that'll drop back to serve. Cross it goes. Back set over to the far side. Golly down the line. What a transition there. Golly had her body turned entirely this direction, but was able to keep that shoulder square and that hand turn just a little bit. Just pushed that one right down the line and is able to get the point. 17-10 now for the Bombers as time's starting to run low for the Ogilvie Lions. You can look at Pam Nichols a little bit as well on the bench. Blocked up there by Josie Bitts. That one's going to go close to the net again. Blocked by Pierce on this one. And Braham's return, that one goes off of the ceiling. And Ogilvie will get the point on that one. But we kind of take a look at that bench. Just kind of wondering if Coach Nichols is going to try to work in some of the other youngsters here out on the court here in this 17-11 matchup. As Halverson sends that one across, up by Rysdale. And Lennis sets over to the near side for Keiss, and that one goes into the net. 17-12. Coach Giffro up off the bench as well. Just giving words of encouragement. And that one's going to be long on the serve. Burgraff returns. Halverson comes out. Serve comes grasped by Golly. Into the middle it goes for Pierce, and to the corner, able to get that one. 18-13. Returning Michaela Carlson for the Bombers. And Josie Bitts to serve. Over to the near side, and the swing by Keiss is going to be very long. You could see that as soon as it left her hand, that one had no downward plane on it at all. No downward tumble or anything. It just sailed on her. Sometimes that happens. That went a little quick push across there by Lennis, but it's dug out by Burgraff. Touch across on the other side by Pierce, and she's able to get that one in. 3-point game, 18-15, as the Lions trying to be able to push a game number 4 out onto the match. Bitts with the serve. Rysdam up with it. Lennis will set over to the near side now for Keiss. Roll shot off of the block. Burgraff got a piece of it, but it just didn't have enough momentum to get there. It slowed down so much as it went off of the block. Good touch at the net, but just kind of slows that ball down just enough, as now one of the Kunkies, Grace Kunke, will check in. Replacing Carlson, or replacing Ava Kunke rather. One Kunke for the other. This one to the back row, up by Bitts. Set over to the near side. Good control there by Schultz to be able to get that one for Pierce. Now popped up into the middle, and now 3 players run after it, and everybody kind of jumps, but nobody actually swung at the ball. And it's a 20-15 lead. Quick check in with Ethan Game Day Gilman. He's doing North Branch Chisago. And in those games, North Branch leading it 2 games to none, 25-16 and 25-19. Rysdam with a big drive, trying to be able to get point number 21, and she's able to do that. And that puts the Bombers closer to a match victory, as it is now 21-15 in favor of the Bombers. Timeout on the court as the Lions want to discuss things just a little bit longer. 21-15, we'll be back here in Ogilvie on Q Media Online.
A jewelry store. Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Nice 95.5 Q Media Network, WCMP Radio as well. As now Rysdam able to get checked out after the timeout. Bristol Lakeburg with her first action of the night. She checks into the game. Ball pushed across by the Lions. Set over to the near side. It's going to be Keiss down the line. Into the middle goes Byer to the corner, and missed that one just a little bit wide. 22-15 in favor of the Bombers. Ball comes across, returned by Pierce. Lenez over to the near side. Kais trying to go down the line again. Went with the big swing, but it went into the net. And again, I do like that, even though it's not a successful play. I do like that. Still just swinging hard, because you're going to learn from each time that happens. And so many times, so many people get gun shy about if they have it hit or if they have it blocked or anything like that. And just having that confidence to be able to get after it is really huge. Ball over to the near side. Down the line, it'll go by Kais. It'll be dug out by Pierce. Into the middle for Beyer on the return. And it's going to be a last touch there by the Bombers. It drifts out of bounds. 22-17 with Pierce dropping back to serve. And that one's mishandled in the back row by Carlson. That'll be an ace. 22-18. 4-point lead, but only 3 points remaining for the Bombers. Ogilvie trying to hold on, trying to be able to get there, to be able to finish off this comeback. That one's going to be a low line drive. That one's going to be a tough play. Len is able to get that one to a positionable play, or a playable position, I should say. Beyer with the return, up by Schachman. Set over to the near side, rolled by Kais. Returned by Vanderplatz. Len is into the middle. That one's going to be a left-handed shot there by Lakeberg, and that one goes off the hands of Berggraf, trying to be able to reach after that one. Just couldn't quite find the length on that one. Berggraf up with it. Back set over to the near side. Going to be a swipe attempt there by Vanderplatz. And then Vanderplatz tried to reach out and kick at that one and did the splits trying to get there, but couldn't quite get it. And just thankfully there's no injury on that one, I guess, if nothing else. 24-18, this one to the back row. Bitts up with it. This for the match. Far side Parsons going to return it. Braham with it. Lenez. Golly down the line. Dug out by Pierce. Ogilvie trying to stay in this match. That one popped over by Parsons. Set into the middle. This one's going to be Lakeberg off the block, up by Bitts. Back set over to the near side now, and this one's going to go into the net by Vanderplatz. And that'll be it. 25-18, your final score in set number 3. 3 games to none victory by the Braham Bombers. They win it over the top of the Ogilvie Lions in a 3-game sweep. We'll come back and we'll wrap things up here on the postgame from the Ogilvie High School, and we return on Q Media Online.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Q Media Online, Andy Beckstrom on hand back here in Ogilvie. Wrapping things up on a post-game, 3-0 sweep by the Braham Bombers over the top of the Ogilvie Lions. They stretched their winning streak, or their winning ways, I guess you could say, out to 11 of their last 12 over the top of the Ogilvie Lions. Nice moment there after the game as they had both teams come out and take a picture. Their entire rosters for both squads coming out, taking a picture right up there at the net as it is serving up for a cure, breast cancer awareness tonight out at the ballpark. So kind of a nice moment there as, of course, opponents during the game, but at the same time a bigger cause out there for so many people, and a big moment there. So kind of a nice moment to be able to share between both squads, to be able to have a little conversation out there at the net, be able to get some pictures, and be able to do that. 3-0 sweep, as I mentioned before, 25-19, 25-17, and 25-18 are your finals between the three different games, as it was a fun night out at the ballpark, but just kind of a tough one there for the Ogilvie Lions, as they just never really got anything going offensively against that Braham Bombers squad. Braham had some opportunities where they didn't play as cleanly as I think they probably wanted, so I think both teams maybe going into the postseason are looking at some different things to be able to work on in practice and be able to get some momentum once they get to the postseason. So that's where they're going to be both headed next when we return. We'll kind of talk a little bit about some postseason play and more when we return here on the post game back here to Ogilvie on Q Media Online.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. Pineagency.us.
Auto Owners Insurance, Pine Agency, Andy Backstrom on hand back here in Ogilvie, wrapping things up one more time here for tonight's matchup. 3-0 victory by the Braham Bombers over the top of the Ogilvie Lions as they win it 25-19, 25-17, 25-18. Talked a little bit about each team on kind of how they played and how things kind of went a little bit as both teams kind of milling about here after the game with a lot of family and friends. Wrapping up the regular season, the final regular season matchup for both of these squads and pretty much all of the volleyball across the state wrapping up tonight. Tomorrow night with the MEA week will be primarily the remainder of the football teams throughout the course of the state. So wrapping that up, going into postseason action. So we're getting ready to get real hot and heavy with a lot of playoff games and a lot of places that we're going to try to be over the next couple of weeks. If you want to be able to find out where we're going to be, go to WCMPradio.com or KBK.com/broadcast schedule on both. Be able to look underneath the sports tab to be able to find that, be able to find out where we're going to be. It'll have a list of what games we're going to be, what radio station it might be on, or if it's going to be a YouTube-only type of setup. If you're looking for that, be able to, you can also click on all of those. Each one of those are a direct link to the YouTube feed. And a reminder, postseason will not be video. It'll be audio only, something that's kind of a restriction from the State High School League over the last handful of years that has been kind of a problem over the years. So we would love to be able to bring you the video, but that is just kind of the restriction that we have to kind of live with. So audio only once we get to postseason, but we will try to bring you as many of these games as we possibly can. A lot of this is going to get kicked off likely on Tuesday, maybe some on Monday, but likely on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's just going to be everywhere right out of the gates next week. So there are going to be a lot of games going on all over the place, and so make sure you check it out there or follow us on any of our social media feeds, Facebook, X, wherever it may be, to be able to track where we're going to be and what games we're going to be bringing you for whatever school. Hoping to be able to have a little bit of success here in the postseason, maybe be able to push some teams close to section championships, maybe even state tournament bids. We'll have to wait and see who's going to be able to do some of that as we work our way through what is bound to be an exciting fall playoff sports season. Then we're going to be off to winter sports season. We're not quite there yet, but I know that there's been practicing happening for hockey already, and girls hockey is going to be starting here any day now. That gets going here pretty soon, and it doesn't take long to be able to get into that winter sports season. Usually it ends up being about mid-November and then into December. We end up being able to start bringing you a lot of those games. So we hope you can join us for a lot of those games, as it's definitely shaping up to be yet again another exciting year all the way across all of our different Q Media sports networks. With the loss, the Ogilvie Lions fall to 11-14 on the year. Their next matchup to be determined, as playoff positioning still kind of abound, trying to be able to get there and be able to figure out where they're going to be positioned. On the other side of things, the Braham Bombers moved to 9-17 on the year for the end of their regular season, looking to be able to have some postseason success of their own. Of course, these two teams playing in different sections. The Braham Bombers playing in Section 4A, the Ogilvie Lions in Section 5A East in that section. So we wish the best of luck to both of those squads in postseason play, and we'll try to bring you as many of those games as we can. Again, follow us online, be able to find out where we're going to be, and I'll be in Malacca tomorrow. Malacca Piers football on MEA week, a Wednesday matchup as the Piers Pioneers come south to take on the Malacca Wolves. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We hope you can join us for not only that game, but many others throughout the course of the different seasons and the Q Media network of different broadcast partners. Want to thank Ethan for being a part of the broadcast, checking in with North Branch Chisago. North Branch wins that one 3-0. Braham wins that 3-0 over the top of Ogilvie here. My name is Andy Beckstrom for the Q Media Sports Team, and until next time, have a great night, everybody.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit CFMotoUSA.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace, like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.